This is my presentation on New Orleans. Just a little background information on it. Louisiana was founded in 1542 by the French, but they gave it to Spain in 1762 as part of a treaty deal. But they did gain back control of the Louisiana and the territory in 1804, but they immediately sold. So New Orleans itself. New Orleans is the birthplace of jazz. It's uncertain when jazz was founded, but it's estimated that it was founded in the late 1800s to early 1900s. There's an argument on who founded jazz, whether it would be Buddy Bolden in 1895 or Nick LaRocca in 1902. The first African-born New Orleans style jazz was the Creole Jazz Band, and that was recorded in the early 20s in Chicago. So the next artist I want to talk to about is Louis Armstrong. Louis Daniel Armstrong was born August 4th, 1901. He was raised by a single parent. When he was 11 to 12 years old, he was sent to a colored house, I don't know how to pronounce it, for firing a pistol into the sky, celebrating New Year's. He also, besides music, was an actor. He's credited for 34 roles, spanning his career spanning from the 1930 to 1969. He passed away July 6, 1971 in New York City. So talking a little bit about his musical career, of becoming a musician started when to the Reform School. It was there he learned how to play the cornet, which is an instrument similar to trumpet. It's a little bit smaller, it's more compact, and it has a little bit more of a mellow sound. But he is considered to be the father of jazz, as he is one of the most influential jazz musicians of all time. Between 1925 and 1929, he recorded instrumental and vocal solos that redefined the course of jazz. He's the reason why modern jazz is the way it is. He was also the first documented scat sing, which is a non-sense syllable. It's a lot of almost like ad-lib stuff, like using your voice as an instrument. And just to show the impact he had, in a jazz documentary, they said that Armstrong is to music what Einstein is to physics and the Wright brothers are to travel. And it's just showing that he's impactful. That jazz and music today wouldn't be the same without. The next person I want to talk about is Christopher Francis Ocean. He was not born in Louisiana, New Orleans, but he did grow up there. He moved there while he was an infant. So his childhood all throughout the time to college was grown up in New Orleans. That's why I am considering him on this list. He was born October 28th, 1987 in Long Beach, California, like I said. So most people will know him by his stage name, Frank Ocean. Uh, his musical career started when he was 19, when he moved back to California. Uh, he started out as an insurance broker, just trying to make money living, until he became a ghostwriter. And the people he's written for include Justin Bieber, Beyonce, John Legend, and Tyler the Creator. But he was signed to Def Jam Records in 2010, and then a year later, in 2011, he released his debut mixtape. So the next thing I want to talk about is a record label that started in New Orleans called Cash Money. Cash Money Record Labels was founded in 1991 by two brothers. Brian Birdman Williams and Ronald Slim Williams. And this is just Louisiana, New Orleans music scene. Without this record label, we wouldn't have discovered one of our era's most influential artists, Drake, but they also discovered other artists such as Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. If it wasn't for this record label, our music today wouldn't be the same with the artists that they've signed. Without the artists they've signed. And so this will bring us to our last artist, which is Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. If he looks familiar, it's because he is well known. If that last name sounds familiar, it's because it's usually the name of his albums. Dwayne was born September 27th, 1982. He grew up in Holly Grove, which is the lowest income neighborhood in New Orleans. In 2010, he was arrested for weapons possession, and he almost died in 2013 because of drug overdose. But going to his music, Dwayne Carter Jr. is also known as Lil Wayne. And what can I say? It's Lil Wayne. He is a multi-Grammy winning artist. He signed to Young Money in 1991 at the age of 9. And he's changed the rap industry. He's inspired much of today's raps in many different ways, between physical appearance with tattoos on his face, to flows, to rhyme schemes. He's one of rap's most influential artists. And that will conclude this presentation.